If you look back at the last 10 years of your life and you feel like you've lived the same year on repeat, there's a reason. It isn't because you're lazy, it isn't because you're unmotivated, it's because you have been depending on motivation to do a job only structure can do. Motivation rises fast, dies fast, and disappears the moment life becomes inconvenient. And if your life is built on something that collapses that easily, then your income will flatten, your progress will stall, and your future will be decided by whatever emotion shows up that morning. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Motivation doesn't create discipline. Motivation doesn't create wealth. Motivation doesn't create freedom. Structure does. Your structure is your strategy. Your structure is your leverage. Your structure is the real reason wealthy people look consistent even when they don't feel like it. Motivation is a spark. Structure is central heating. And today, I'm going to give you the system wealthy people use when motivation fails completely. But first, let me show you why motivation is such a terrible foundation. Imagine two people, same age, same job, same talent, same goals. The first depends on motivation. They wake up, check how they feel, and their entire day is decided by that emotional weather. When things go well, they push hard. When stress hits, everything collapses. Their life becomes a pattern of surges and crashes, progress and relapse, effort and burnout. They start a habit, drop it, pick it up again, lose it again, wonder what's wrong with them, and repeat the cycle. Now, the second person builds structure. Their morning is scripted, their evening is predictable, their work time has boundaries, their habits are connected like gears, one triggers the next. They don't wait to feel ready, they don't wait to feel inspired, they don't negotiate with their emotions every morning, they simply execute the system they designed on a good day so they can survive the bad ones. Both people experience fear, both experience doubt, both experience low motivation. Only one of them gets to the finish line. And here's where it becomes interesting. The difference between these two people can be traced to one simple principle, whether their life is built on emotion or architecture. If you build on emotion, your habits die with your mood. If you build on architecture, your habits live even when your motivation is gone. Most people never build architecture, and that's why their dreams remain emotional, not structural. So let's break down the system wealthy people use, not the quotes, not the hype, not the morning routine trends, the actual mechanics behind discipline. There are three pillars: rhythm, reduction, and replacement. Let's begin with rhythm. Your brain loves predictability more than it loves motivation. Rhythm is the reason people with average talent outperform people with genius potential. Rhythm turns your life into a repeatable pattern instead of an emotional improvisation. Think of rhythm as the recurring revenue of your behavior, daily income of progress, weekly dividends of consistency, monthly compounding of identity. If your days have no rhythm, your future has no trajectory. Most people fail because their days are chaotic. They start late, rush into the day, react to everything, drown in interruptions, and end the night exhausted. Not because they worked hard, but because they lived without rhythm. They mistake motion for momentum. Rhythm fixes this instantly. Here is how wealthy people build rhythm. They choose one early anchor that never moves. A fixed start, a fixed first task, a fixed environment. The anchor creates stability, and stability creates consistency. This is why wealthy people seem disciplined. They're not relying on feeling, they're relying on rhythm. Now for reduction. If rhythm creates consistency, reduction protects it. Reduction is removing the friction points that block your behavior, not inspiring yourself, not motivating yourself, removing the obstacles that make action harder than inaction. Most people don't fail because they lack discipline. They fail because they face unnecessary friction 200 times a day. Every notification is friction. Every cluttered environment is friction. Every decision you leave open is friction. Every tool you don't prepare is friction. Every temptation within reach is friction. Wealthy people don't have stronger willpower. They have less friction. When you reduce friction, even difficult tasks feel lighter. When you increase friction, even simple tasks feel impossible. Your job is not to force yourself through resistance every day. Your job is to eliminate everything that creates it. Ask yourself, what are the 3 things you can remove that would make consistency natural? Because here's the truth. You don't rise to the level of motivation. You fall to the level of your friction. And finally, replacement. Your brain hates emptiness. It does not understand subtraction. It only understands substitution. This is why people fail when they try to stop habits without installing a replacement. Remove the dopamine source and your brain will search for another. That's when relapse happens. Not because you're weak, but because you created a vacuum. Wealthy and disciplined people don't remove habits, they replace them. They replace evening scrolling with a nightly walk. They replace emotional eating with hydration and structure. They replace chaos with checklists. They replace randomness with rhythm. Their identity upgrades because their environment upgrades. Now let's tie this entire system to wealth psychology, because this is the part almost every motivational channel ignores. Wealthy people think in terms of behavior portfolios. They don't look at habits individually. They look at them collectively, like assets. Your morning routine is an asset. Your focus hours are an asset. Your reading is an asset. Your health is an asset. Your structure is your infrastructure, the thing that enables every other thing. When you build behavior systems, you create compounding behavior returns. Every repeated day increases the future value of your time. Every consistent rhythm accelerates your life. This is why wealthy people don't depend on motivation. They know motivation has terrible ROI. They prefer systems. Systems scale. Emotions don't. If you want a wealthy life, you need a wealthy structure. And wealthy structure requires one more mindset shift. Stop managing motivation. Start managing conditions. If you manage conditions, motivation becomes irrelevant. You won't need it. Your life will run on design. This is how structure beats emotion. This is how discipline becomes automatic. This is how wealthy people stay consistent long after everyone else quits. But let me give you one more story, because it will make this real. There was a man in his 40s who had tried every motivational trick for 20 years. Vision boards, affirmations, gym challenges, productivity hacks. Every January he transformed his life. Every February he lost everything. Then something happened. He didn't get more motivated, he got angry. Angry at the cycle, angry at the fact that he wasn't building structure, angry that his life was still governed by emotion. So he did something he had never done before. He removed decision-making from his morning. He automated his finances. He blocked his distractions. He redesigned his environment. And without realizing it, he built a structure that carried him for the first time in his entire life. In 1 year, he saved more money than the previous 10. He got in the best shape of his life. His business grew. His anxiety dropped. His discipline became effortless. Not because he became a different person, but because he built a different structure. When you change your structure, you change your future. When you design your rhythm, you design your identity. When you reduce friction, you reduce failure. And when you replace your habits, you replace your life. So here is the question. Are you still waiting to feel motivated? Or are you ready to build the structure that finally makes motivation irrelevant? If you want help designing your structure, download the free structure snapshot in the description. It will help you create the rhythm, reduction, and replacement system that wealthy people use every day. And if you want to join a community where structure becomes identity, not motivation, not hype, not temporary emotion, subscribe to Think Legacy and Discipline. This channel isn't for the motivated. It's for the designed.